You know, this time of year, you can actually find really interesting mushrooms.
Oh, I saw that. Man, we should, I'm so down for doing some mushroom hunting.
Yeah, right now, the most prized mushrooms is actually the morel.
Yeah. Are they
I
around?
found some last year.
Did you?
Not here though, but another place. Oh yeah, I cooked them up. It was delicious.
I don't know. Are we going the right way? You know?
No, there's no actually right way. We just go whichever way we want. As long as we can make it back to the car, then we're good.
Yeah. I thought I heard the river deer, but it might have just been the wind.
Do it. Do it.
Want to continue?
Yeah. Fill in the space with an ugly face. I'm just joking. We're all ugly in different ways.
I am not good in pictures.
Yeah, that doesn't look like ice, but it is a big piece of ice. Oops. Don't worry, I got you on camera. Oh shit. Went right through some ice. Crossing like a random marsh. Yeah, I think we made it to high ground now.
This one?
It looks like some kind of aspen.
Yeah, with the needles at the top.
Very straight. No, these are like, must be pine of some kind because it has pine needles.
Yeah.
It does look a bit sketchy here.
I know.
Because they're really swaying in the wind.
Yeah, I'd like to record that sound. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, do a recording now.
Yeah.
So what's your setup here today?
So I have Tascam stereo recorder, and I have my MS mics. This is a Tascam DR100 Mkiii,
Oh, nice.
which is I think is relatively new.
Yeah.
Newer model.
So what do you look out for when you record the sound?
So I don't want there to be too much wind, because you kind of start losing the details of the forest, like animals, or you know, like the sound of the trees creaking. The wind kind of just makes a wash of noise over everything, which can be nice, but you know, it's nice to pick up just the personality of the environment you're in. Wind's everywhere, right? Because they're so straight and
Like these are incredibly straight trees. Telephone poles. Free. Like I don't want any trees in the wind falling.
no.
I'm kind of sketched out by that. especially these big ass ones. But it is cool to be in the middle of them. Should we go further in where there's less dead trees and then see if we can find a spot where it's safe?
Sure.
So we hiked up this little hill here. It's full of giant swaying trees. We're gonna set up around here and see what we can do. Like this thin ass one is definitely dead, which can come down. It looks weak. It's a weakling. So let's see what Steve has done here. This is Steve, and this is his new little mic. Let's see what little mic this is. So this is called a what mic or what again?
This is called a mid-side.
A mid-side.
So there's...
Used by pro recording engineers, like Steve. Oh, crazy.
So this bottom mic records straight,
Yeah.
and this top mic records this way.
Oh, crazy. That looks pretty cool.
Yep. So you would process that later, and you would have a nice stereo image.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's like the best stereo kind of mic you can get.
It's not the best, no, but it's quite good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I've seen some of them that are like very spaced apart.
yeah.
Like the size of like your head, basically, spaced
Yeah.
apart.
I have mics like that here, but
Oh,
I'm just not using it.
yeah. Well, show us a later.
Yeah.
Maybe actually do like several recordings and compare like how they sound like. I would
Yep.
love to hear.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, what are you doing here?
So these are my second mics. These are,
They look like dead cats
yeah.
or dead animals.
So these were made by my lovely wife, and because it's not really a lot of products out there for
I have to check this out. Like,
wind protection, or they're very, very expensive. So she
so
made these for me. They cover the mics and they work amazing.
so these are like made of what? They look like feathers.
Yeah, this is just fur. It's just faux fur,
Oh, nice.
but it's very quiet sounding fur.
Tell me a little bit about like how you utilize these mics.
So these are omnidirectional. This setup, a lot of field recordists, nature recordists do it this way on two sides of the tree because it emulates how we hear as humans, right? So it's kind of like a faux binaural setting.
And in this case, you've hooked it up to the tree. So now the tree is the binaural.
Yeah. So all of the sound coming from this direction will hit this mic, and then it travels around to hit this mic, and that kind of replicates how we will hear things, right?
Let's see.
In
Let
stereo.
me check it out. The size of my head is not quite the tree.
It's a little bigger, yeah.
This could be like a giant person, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll
Cool.
compare this to how the other mic sounds. So these mics naturally pick up a lot more low end. So there'll be a big boost in kind of the bass sounds in this compared to the other mic. Right, so you can hear how sensitive it is, right? Like probably,
It's super
you
sensitive.
could probably hear that.
I can hear it totally.
Yeah.
I can hear little crackles up in the top of the trees.
Yeah,
Actually the detail is amazing.
yeah, it's pretty detailed.
There's like definitely the white noise of the wind,
Yeah,
but it sounds amazing. It's so clear. Like I can hear myself so well.
yeah.
It's
It's a different perspective, right? Like,
Yeah. No, I love sound. It's like you don't really realize until you're out here how many different sounds there are until you hone in on
Yeah.
nature.
once you sit and listen, I'm sure you probably get the same with camera when you take pictures. Like you
Yeah.
see things that, other people don't really see. But
Yeah.
that's what I find with sound is, if I'm recording 10 minutes of ambient sounds, it's kind of like meditation, right? Like
Yeah.
you really get to hear
There's so
a
much
lot more
detail
detail,
to it.
and it's like it's almost hyper real,
Yeah.
right?
But it's like when you hear it,
And the plane.
that was a little crow.
Oh, the crow, yeah.
It's so clear. I can like hear it, like the tone of it is so clear.
Yeah.
Like compared to me hearing just with my own ears, I don't get that like level of loudness, right?
Yeah.
Or like the closeness.
Yeah. It's like watching 4K footage,
Yeah.
like,
It's like
it's just so detailed and beautiful looking.
Yeah, you can just feel every crackle on the treetops.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super cool to like bring high quality mics out in nature and
Yeah.
just listen. Same goes for like, video and photography. Most people just like walk through the forest, don't see too many things, but once you really hone in on like smaller things and the detail, you take like a moment for your eyes to adjust to the surroundings.
Yeah.
It's cool what you find.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's like important to get out like this and do this.
Oh yeah. Now let's do some bushcraft.
Yeah.
So this is a very, very advanced binaural setup that Steve has hooked me up to. I've never had anything like this attached to me before. This is crazy.
It's faux binaural. Faux what color binaural?
It's close enough. It's like the width of my head, right? Like where it's attached.
Yeah.
I was gonna try to attach it to my ears, but I think that would be pretty uncomfortable. But here's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's good, right? I probably look ridiculous,
Decoration.
but it's okay. We gotta gather some wood actually for our little ramen adventure. And we have this big ass tool to do the job. This, I think, is a pretty decent log. So this is birch bark right here. You can just like grab some papers and later we can use this. This is like actually super useful. And you don't really want to take too much from the tree, like just little bits that are falling off naturally, so you don't kill the tree. Because I think if you actually dug in and peeled all around the tree, that actually could kill the tree because the nutrients are being transferred through the outer bark, like the inner outer bark. Instant. So earlier we got some birch bark, which is amazing material. So we're gonna use it. That's it. Easy peasy. A cooking fire? We should really be building a bed of coals, essentially. All it takes is like a couple of sparks from the birch bark and you got yourself a fire. Just letting it burn down a little bit so we can get some good coals. That's Steve chilling and he wishes he has a beer. Next time. And we're gonna do some food prep. Let's see what we got. Alright, that's my pot. And drink pot. And the all-important water. As we forgot to get some water on our way here. That's more water. 2 liters. Do you think is enough? It's for ramen and drinks though. 1 liter for ramen maybe? Should be okay. Oh, this is like
I have that.
gold.
Yeah, I have that powder.
No, this is, I put something else in here.
Oh.
It's Milo powder.
Oh, because I have a jar like that, and it has like dried ramen stock in it.
Oh yeah, I used the dried ramen stock thing for that.
So that it is the same jar?
Yeah,
Nice.
I just cleaned it out.
Yeah.
This is like fried onions, like, and yeah, this is fried onions. It's quite good. This is like some white pepper, and we have obviously a chili, some fish balls, and a bunch of greens and mushrooms, and more Milo over here, which is key for the drink, and a couple of dried noodles because they're easier to bring. So we actually got Steve. He's going over to the other side of the pond to film. What the hell is he? No, not to film. He's going over to record sounds of frogs. Yeah, I think the sound feels like it's originating from there. But these frogs are tricky, man. I'm telling you.
That's good.
Drink some of that first. Steve's first Milo.
It's pretty good, Tony.
It's not as strong as usually it is because it's heavily diluted with water, but
Yeah.
I think it's enough.
Yeah.
It's kind of like hot chocolate, but with a different flavor. This is a much nicer area than that like super dangerous pine area.
Yeah, this is nice here, man.
Yeah, it's
I
got
like this.
we got a little like
This is perfect.
we've got a little like thing over there, like a pond with some frogs. We got ourselves a ramen going. Steve is just chugging that. How's the little noodle soup?
It's good, man. I want to buy these noodles.
Yeah, they're super cheap too.
Are they?
Yeah,
These noodles are phenomenal.
and they keep forever because they're dry.
Yeah. And the fish balls are really good too.
Yeah, yeah, that one I particularly like.
Which one is this?
I don't know, it's just a fish ball. Sounds like they're fucking or something.
Probably.
Yeah.
One thing that I've learned is when you're in nature, so when you're walking through the forest or something, the birds actually stop chirping because they can sense when we're here. So a lot of the really serious nature recordists, they'll leave a microphone, right, and then they'll go off on like a 2-hour hike and then come back and then pick up their stuff and listen to it later. But basically what happens is the birds don't start really chirping and the insects don't really start making noise until about 20 minutes after you've left the area. So you don't really know what it sounds like in nature because the birds can always sense that you're there and they don't make noise like they do naturally, right?
It's true.
So, and they can even smell you as well.
Yeah. Steve is betting some of those things are birds, but I'm betting they're mostly frogs.
Yeah. Do you want a really spicy
You're
pepper?
gonna bite that whole pepper?
Do you want it?
No, I'm okay. I'm good.
I'm not gonna bite that.
I just like the flavor of it in the soup today.
Oh, it's amazing in the soup.
One is all you need. One Thai chili.
Yeah.
Like, what I want to do is start recording a little bit more of this type of thing.
Yeah.
So I can just share with some friends and whoever's interested in coming out.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to bring like a different perspective as well, because we work in the media industry, so bringing out, going out with each other out here, being able to get some high quality shots, high quality sounds, which is really cool. And you know what? A lot of the recordings I've seen on YouTube or elsewhere, I don't know, I've never seen too much Asian cooking. And that's something I really want to bring is, I want to be able to invite some people out that can make Asian cuisine out in the wild. Because I've never really seen that too much over here. Yeah. But in Asia, like if you go to, in China, like in the rural areas, small towns and, places in the mountain where I've been, like...
They cook like this,
They cook like this. They go out in the forest, they forage, and it's a really healthy lifestyle.
Yeah. I remember seeing Anthony Bourdain. I think he was like in Vietnam. Yeah. They were doing that, right? Like they'd go to the lake and they would forage and they would cook soup.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. In Chinese medicine, the effects of the weather essentially affects your body. Like wind, cold, heat, lots of things like that. And there are certain foods, and they categorize the foods that have these properties, like wind, heat, and all those things.
Yeah.
So if you eat the right foods to kind of balance your body, essentially you could have like a healthy living style that's balanced.
Yeah, totally.